What's up everyone, my name is HManFast and today I'm going to be going over the different backgrounds that'll be in Starfield, and I'm going to try and help you decide which one that you should pick when you start playing. So if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to check out my other videos that I have on Starfield on my channel. So heading over to Rock Paper Shotgun, they just posted a pretty good article that sums up all the different backgrounds that we know of so far. So of course during the Starfield Direct, we see during character creation you do have to select a background when you start. And here on the right side we get a glimpse of the 20 total backgrounds that'll be in Starfield. Each background essentially starts you off with 3 starting skills and a little storyline for your character to start off with. So choosing the right background will be big depending on you and your playstyle to set you off in the right direction at the beginning of your playthrough. And this article here does a good job of summing up all the different backgrounds and the information that we know of so far. So of the 20 total backgrounds that'll be in the game, the 16 that we currently know about are Chef, Combat Medic, Cyber Runner, Cyberneticist, Diplomat, Explorer, Beast Hunter, Bouncer, Bounty Hunter, Gangster, Homesteader, Industrialist, Long Hauler, Pilgrim, Professor, and Ronin. We know more information on some and less about others, but this article basically gives you everything that we know so far. So of course starting off we have Chef. The official description for this background is, while the unrefined masses scarf down chunks by the shipload, you cater to those with a more discerning palate. In your kitchen, countless alien species become true culinary masterpieces. And the starting skills that come with the chef background are gastronomy, dueling, and wellness. So it's very clear that this chef background just basically gives you some safe starting skills if you're not entirely sure what you want to start out with. This gives you a good base of crafting food and drinks, an immediate 30-point boost to your health, and 10% more damage with your melee weapons. So again, not a very flashy one there, but just a safe bet if you're not sure what you want to start out as. And next up we have Combat Medic. The official description for the Combat Medic background is, leave it to human beings to fight over something as infinite as outer space. That's where you come in. You've never been afraid to take on the enemy, but you'd much rather take care of your friends. The starting skills that come with this background is pistol certification, medicine, and weightlifting. This is another one that seems pretty basic and could apply to many different builds in the game. This is very similar to the last one, where if you're not entirely sure what you want your build to be when you're starting the game off, this is just a nice safe bet to start you off with. 10% more pistol damage, 10% more med pack heal, and 10 kilogram increased carrying capacity. Pretty simple stuff there, so just another safe bet with that one. The next background is Cyber Runner. The official description for Cyber Runner is, from Neon to New Atlantis, the megacorps stand as monuments to power, prestige, and profit. You've worked both for and against them on the inside and out, often sacrificing conscience for credits. Starting skills that go with the Cyber Runner background is pistol certification, security, and persuasion. To me, this one definitely fits more of the build of a stealthy player, because it starts you off with the pistol certification skill, but it also starts you with the security skill, which allows you to pick locks, and the persuasion skill that gives you an increased chance of success on your speech challenges. So to me, this background is a little bit more in the vein of a stealthy build. Next up we have Cyberneticist. The description of this one is, robots, mere toys. Neuromaps, good for parlor tricks. Colony War may have made implants and upgrades available to veterans, but you once saw a greater future. Humans and machines as one. Skills that come with this background is medicine, robotics, and lasers. Now this one of course is definitely a lot more in the tech range, of course with the name Cyberneticist. So this one's interesting to me because it gives you 10% more damage to robots and turrets, and 10% more damage with laser weapons. So if you know your build's going to be a lot more into the tech range, then this background's definitely up your alley. And next up we have Diplomat. And the description for Diplomat: the wars are over, peace now reigns in the settled systems, but only because there are those quietly fighting to keep it. Because of you, agreements were signed, words were heeded, lives were spared. Starting skills for this one are persuasion, diplomacy, and bargaining. If you know for a fact during your playthrough you're going to want to talk yourself out a lot of situations rather than fight through them, this background is definitely the one you want to start out with. Persuasion skill gives you an increased chance of success on speech challenges. Diplomacy is you can force a target at or below your level to stop fighting for a while. And then bargaining is you can buy items for 5% less and sell for 10% more. So if you really love dialogue and you also want to get out of a lot of bad situations, then this background is definitely the one to go with. Next up is Explorer. Description for Explorer is, they said exploration is a lost art, you didn't listen. As the major factions argued over the space they desperately tried to control, you were busy uncovering the wonders of the settled systems. Skills that come with this one is lasers, astrodynamics, and surveying. Currently, we don't exactly know what the surveying skill is. However, we know that astrodynamics decreases the grab jump fuel cost, and then of course lasers 10% more damage with your laser weapons. Of course, as the name Explorer implies, if you choose this background, you're definitely going to be a lot more into exploring all the different worlds and systems that Starfield is going to offer. Starting you off off with that astrodynamic skill definitely helps you if you want to go a little bit farther early on in the game. So this one's definitely interesting for those who are very into exploring the galaxy. And with the remaining backgrounds that we have left, we don't exactly know which skills coincide with them. However, the writer here does his best job trying to guess what these backgrounds will look like in the game. So starting off with Beast Hunter, you can suspect that it'll reward you for stalking your prey and taking them out quickly and quietly. And making our best guesses here, we can assume that Beast Hunter will give you points in not only stealth but also physical combat damage as well. So if I had to pick 3 skills that Beast Hunter could likely start out with, it would probably be something like stealth, dueling, and rifle certification. Next we have Bouncer. The writer here says he'd be surprised if this one didn't include the intimidation skill, and I agree with that one. That skill forces NPCs to flee from you temporarily, and with the name Bouncer, I could definitely see 2 other melee skills go with that as well. And we actually do get a glimpse here of some sort of starting physical melee skill, but we just don't know the name of it yet. So this one I could definitely see being in that Bouncer background. And then for a 3rd skill, something like Wellness that gave you that 30-point boost to your overall health. And next up we have Bounty Hunter. I like the author's point here that it could be something like the Mandalorian that gives you a starting skill in space travel and also something in combat. So with that in mind, I think a skill like Astrodynamics that gave you the more grab jump efficiency, along with something like a rifle certification and a dueling, I think those will work great here for the Bounty Hunter background. And next up we have Gangster. The author notes that this one definitely seems like it would have a lot of social skills involved with it, and I definitely agree with him on that one. And the author suggests that theft, bargaining, and scavenging could be the 3 skills that are involved with this background, and I definitely think those 3 are a really good fit here. I do think there could be some sort of melee skill involved, but these 3 are a good fit. Next up we have this Homesteader background, which to me is interesting because this one's pretty open-ended and could really go a lot of different ways. The author here suggests that it could be tied to outposts and using skills that deal with outpost efficiency. He also throws it out there that it could be tied to farming and agriculture, so skills like astronomy or botany. I think another possible option is that it could be tied to your ship, skills that deal with your ship efficiency, because you know your ship is like basically your home in this game. So honestly, all 3 of those ideas I think are good. I'd probably guess on the side of the farming and agriculture, so skills like the gastronomy and botany is probably your best bet here with what this background is involved with. Next we have Industrialist. This background probably has skills similar to bargaining in the social tree. I could also even see outpost skills being thrown into this one as well, things that help you with production and efficiency. There is a starting skill called Commerce. Jumping over on Starfield wiki really quick right here, we do have the description of the commerce skill. In the settled systems free market economy, almost anyone with the right skill set can open and run a successful business. I would be pretty surprised if this Industrialist background did not have that commerce skill with it. That's definitely my best guess with that one right there. Next we have the Long Hauler background, and again the author has a great idea here when he says this background likely gives you skills associated with carrying more cargo and more payloads in your ship. So think things in the tech tree, skills in the tech tree along the lines of piloting and payloads. If you're into smuggling, then this background is definitely the one for you. And then we have the Pilgrim background, and this is another one that seems pretty open-ended here. The author suggests that it could be social skills that go with it. However, I think it's going to be more physical skills, things potentially such as weightlifting and wellness to help you carry more items and give you higher health, and then potentially like a bargaining skill. Those to me are my best guesses of what would fit the Pilgrim background. Next up we have the Professor background. This one to me for sure is going to be science skills. Really any skills in the science tree can go with this one, but the ones that I'll guess that'll be in here are probably geology, medicine, and botany. And then our 16th and final background we know of so far is Ronin. The author notes that the name implies samurai ties to its name, which implies that this one will be full of physical and combat skills. So dueling is an obvious pick for this background, and I also think a melee or martial arts skill could make an appearance here, and possibly even a stealth skill as well. If you are going for that melee ninja samurai type build for your playthrough, then this background's definitely for you. So of the 20 total backgrounds that will be in Starfield, those are the 16 that we know of so far. Hopefully this information on the backgrounds helps you decide which one you want to go with when you start playing Starfield here in just a few weeks. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below which background you're going to be going with. Make sure to check out all my other videos on Starfield that I have on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a good one.